Hello guys, welcome to the course of Level 8 API Development tutorial. This is our partner 41. Inside this video, we will create course enrollment API. If I back to slide, so in the last video, step by step we had done all about user registration API, user login, profile, and in the last video we had completed user logout API. Now this time we will create user course enrollment. If I back to database, now inside this database, here we have a table called courses. Inside this table, we will store the user ID information as well as the course what this user has enrolled. To insert any new row inside this courses table, we need user ID, title, description, and total videos. User ID we will access via JWT token. So if I back to editor, go inside this course controller, and inside this course controller, here we have the first method, that is course enrollment. We will read all the body parameters via this request instance. So inside this method block, what are the steps we will cover? First of all, we will do all about our input validation. Next, we will create course object, and finally we need to send response. So let's do the validation first. So request, we will use validate method, and inside this validate method, inside this array, we want the validation for this title, description, and total videos. We don't need this user ID validation because automatically this will be taken care by middleware. What I mean, if I back to editor, go inside this api.php, so here is the URL what we will hit to create course enrollment API, and this route is inside this route group which is protected by auth API, so automatically user ID is mandatory. Now next, we want the input fields like title, description, and total videos. So if I copy this key, go here, let's say title, the next key we have called description, so if I copy, pasting it here, and here we have the total videos. So title, let's say that this will be required, small r. If I copy this rule, pasting in front of this description and total videos. Now next, we need to create course object. So in the last video, this is the model what we have imported for this course controller. So by the help of this course, we will create a course instance because this model is pointing towards this courses table. So back to editor, go here, let's say course equals to new and course here. So finally, we need 4 different values like user ID, title, description, and total videos. So let's say that course user underscore ID, and the user ID we will get via auth helper function. So if I back to user controller, go inside our profile API. So inside this profile API, as we had seen inside this profile API as well as logout API, that it will return the user object. Inside this user object, we have a key called ID. So to retrieve the user ID, we have called auth user and ID value. Now next, we want course, let's say title. If I copy this, paste 2 more times, the second is for description and the third is for total videos. So inside this title, let's say that request. So by using this request instance, we will have this title property. If I copy, go here, this is for the description and total videos. So copy, paste, copy and paste, and finally we will use save method. So let's say course, this is an instance of course model, and we will use save method. So finally, after doing all these things, next we need to send the response. So let's return response, it's not resolve, it's response, JSON, and inside this JSON we will pass an array. Let's say status equals to 1, and here message, let's say course enrolled successfully. And also if we want to specify our custom HTTP code, simply here we can specify inside this second value. So if we save all these changes, first of all we need to start development server. We need to open terminal, and if we are using this VS Code editor, here we have the menu called terminal, and if I click on new terminal, automatically it will open a terminal panel. From here also we can execute php artisan serve command. Otherwise, back to folder structure, here's the project setup. I will open this setup into terminal. Let's zoom in and simply type php artisan serve. Development server started. So what I will do, back to Postman, copy this URL, open into a new tab, and for our course enrollment API we need post request type. Back to Postman, so we need to choose post request type, go inside this headers, and inside these headers we need to pass 3 parameters like content type, accept, and authorization key. So if I go inside this profile API, go to headers, so I will use the same headers what we have passed here, click on bulk edit. I will copy all these things. Back here, go inside these headers, click on bulk edit, pasting it here, click on key value edit, and as we can see that successfully the headers now imported. So first of all, let's change this URL. So this time we have the URL called course-enroll, so copy, and instead of profile I will replace with this value. Go to body, select raw, and here inside this we need to pass title. Next we need to pass a description, and the final key we want something total videos. So inside this title, let's say that we are giving a sample book as a course sample book, and the description, let's say that this is best course to learn in WordPress, and total video, this course contain, let's say 45 videos. Now after passing all these values, now next we need to pass a authenticated user ID. So before passing this token value, if I click on this send button, unauthenticated, it means that this token is either it will be expired or it is invalid. So first of all we need to log in a user. So go here, this is register API, login API. So inside this login API I will pass the username, means email address, and the password. Click on send button. User is now logged in. Here is the token. So I will copy this access token, go here inside this course enrollment, remove this old token value and pasting this new token value. Now before clicking on the send button, if we want to check the validation, click on send button. So as we can see that we have the empty values for this title and total videos, so that's why we are getting that the title field is required and the total field values is required. Now if we pass the value, click on send button, course enrolled successfully, back to database, click on browse, and here we can see that user ID equals to 1, title, description, and total videos. If we want to enroll one, means more than one courses, simply go here. Let's say that this time sample book 100, paste course in level, total videos equals to, let's say 85, click on send button. Again course enrolled successfully, go and reload this page, and as we can see that this is the second entry of user ID 1. If we want to course enroll for user 2, So if I back to users table first, check the credentials. So for the user ID 2, we have this email address and the password. I think we have done like 126. Back to Postman, go inside this login API. First we want to generate JWT token. So passing email value and the password, click on send button. Token generated successfully, so copy, go inside this course enroll API, go to headers, and the thing we need to change this old token value, means this is the token value for user ID 1 and this time this is for user ID 2. Go to body, so sample book, let's say 5, in code igniter, total videos equals to let's say 50, click on send button, course enrolled successfully. If I back to table, click on browse and go inside this database courses table. So this time we should have the entry of user ID 2, title, description and total videos. Now in the next video guys, we will see total user courses. So as we can see that inside this table, for this user ID 2 we have 2 books. Now in the next video, we will create an API by the help of user ID, means here we have the user ID 1 and user ID 1 have 2 books. So that API by the help of one-to-many relationship we are going to implement and create that API. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.